Hello. How's everybody
Hi.
doing? Mr. Rick, how are you?
Good, Tony. How are
How's it
you?
going, brother? Good, man.
Thing
Episode 41. I
crazy.
can't believe they let us on this long.
I know, right? God.
We haven't seen anything in the comments yet. Like, why are you guys still here? So that's a good
Yeah,
sign.
that
That's
is a
good.
good sign. Yeah.
So, what's been going on for your week? Anything exciting, fun, more
Oh,
pond work, rocks,
the
digging?
pond's coming along. I'll have to send you some pictures of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually very proud of that. No, I haven't been. It's just busy with other stuff, and
Uh,
let's see. So, remember I told you I had knee issues? Well,
yeah.
it's been very difficult to do things because my knee has been in very bad shape lately, but
Yeah.
I think I'm finally over the hump, you know, swelling's come
Well,
down.
I would assume that dropping some weight like you have been, that's going to help the issue a little bit.
I certainly hope so. I haven't been on the scale. I haven't been in my gym. Been just working like crazy.
Yeah, it's an
So,
exercise. We already went over that. That's an exercise in
yes.
and of itself. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm the same here. I haven't been to the gym either, but the job site for me has been brutal. I feel like Rocky with the log. He's got the log on his
yes.
neck. And he's doing the. I'm not doing that walk, but I'm
Yeah,
carrying 2 by 12 by 16.
I'd be
You
crippled.
know, yeah, yeah, exactly. I would be crippled. So, but it's a workout too in itself. It's you can't dismiss that just because we're not lifting weights.
Right.
I haven't been on the scale either. I don't want to get on it yet because I know I haven't really lost enough to matter. But I have
Sure.
my stomach has gone down a little bit.
Yes,
Starting to feel a little better bending down. So the fitness challenge is still working its wonders a
absolutely.
little bit. Eating healthier, eating cleaner, I
Right.
should say. I never
Sure,
really ate
sure.
poorly. I don't really eat junk food.
No, no,
No.
never. We're not the drive-through type of people.
Yeah.
You
Same
know,
here.
if we're even if we go out for the day, we'll pack our own lunch. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
we'll
Nice.
we'll bring our own food. We're
Mm.
every once in a while we'll grab something, but you know, we tend to keep it pretty much. I'm a very easy person to be with. you know, I, I I'm not like tooting my horn or nothing, but I'm just
Right.
very easy. I don't really care what's for
Yeah.
dinner.
No, I get you.
Leftovers
I
are
get you.
fine. Bowl of cereal's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, breakfast for dinner is one of my favorites. What are you kidding
you
me?
know, it doesn't
That's one of
matter.
my
It's just
favorites.
food. It's
But
just it doesn't
yeah, I
matter.
get it. I get it. I am going to start training now. I know it's extremely early, but the Rocky Run tickets have come out. As I
I
was
saw
wearing my
that.
shirt today. What year is
Yes.
this? This is
20
22 last
okay,
year.
22. Yep.
Um, and I know I do it virtual. I know you do it virtual.
Yes.
Um,
We got to get a
and
team together.
we should. That would be a lot of fun. We should. We have
Yes.
plenty of people to create a team,
Yeah, we
and
could do like
so
a round 14 team,
yeah,
or
yeah. I
something like
mean,
that.
Miss Roz over there would be our leader because she would kick all of
Oh
our butts with
yeah.
her running.
That's
She'd
right,
leave
because
us in
she
the
was
dust.
she said that
What's
she was
that?
gonna do it. I think Roz says she was gonna do a team as well.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay,
So
okay.
maybe
Well,
in
maybe we'll
conjunction.
we'll start doing that. We'll take a look at things and create a team. That'd be fun. I'm gonna start. I started the last couple of days. I was walking extremely brisk. I wasn't running or jogging at any means. My time was still in the 40-minute time range, 39-minute, 41-minute. So
Mhm.
definitely nothing to write home about. I'm not going to make any ESPN highlights, but
Yeah,
I'm getting to the end and I'm finishing, and
that's right.
that's what I need to do because last year I did the same thing and my time was pretty crappy. But my goal is
Hey,
to get in a good enough shape so 2 years from now, 2 years from November is the 50th anniversary of Rocky,
we got to be there.
2026, and that's
We
my
have got
goal.
yes.
That's my goal to run it in Philly.
You
So
know
if
what?
we could go, that would be amazing.
We should probably make reservations for rooms soon.
Oh, right. You're right. Oh my God.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah,
But
because that'll be
that would
booked
be the
up.
ultimate goal to get up there in shape and when I say in shape too, I'm not unrealistic about it. I don't want anybody to think I have delusions of grandeur that I'm going to look like Rocky Four shape or something. You know, I mean, get in shape is feeling better than I do, looking better than I do,
Yes.
and enjoying myself when I'm exercising, not like it's such a struggle. So, but
Right.
yeah, to
Right.
run up the steps on the 50th anniversary. So November of 26. That would be
Let's
the
do it,
goal.
man. Let's do it. Let's book our
I'm
pool.
down for it. I already told my daughter Sophia said she's going to come. She wants to
Okay,
do it.
cool.
Gina said, of course, we'll go, and
Yes.
so it'll be fun. And
Oh
but
God,
you're
yeah.
right. I didn't think about the hotel, so that might be a
You should
problem.
book that real quick.
Yeah, I mean my best friend lives in Broomall, which is 25 minutes from Philly.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
actually 25 minutes from this to the statue itself.
Oh, nice.
Um, so worst case scenario, I could hit him up to stay at his house, but and his kids are off at off out of the house anyway. One's in college, one's out, so he has plenty
Okay.
of room. So I might do that if the hotels become an issue, but it
Yeah.
would be
Well,
better to
there you
stay
go.
right downtown.
It would because of what? Because I know the startup is like at 6:30 in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, also too, John Rivoli today put up there about the tickets going on sale today, and I didn't know this, but he said that they start 2 days prior to the actual race, like it's just like a Rocky festival. So that Thursday and
Nice.
Friday, it's he says he has an art tent set up.
Oh my God.
It's just Rocky land for Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday morning. You're right. I think it's 6 a.m. is the first heat, and
Yeah.
those are the ones that can run well. And then
Yeah.
it goes on like I think 7 o'clock and then 8 o'clock, and you finish up at the top of the steps.
Right.
But yeah, I
We
think
got
I
us
think it's
with our
something you should definitely.
walkers. We got us
Yeah,
with our
where's
canes
the
and our
handicap
walkers.
ramp? I'm getting up to the top one way or the other. Oh my
That's cool.
goodness.
I did not know that.
I didn't
I'm
either
gonna.
until he said it today. I had no idea it was
That's
2 days prior.
crazy. Oh
So
my
yeah,
God,
we'll have to definitely.
we're missing out on
Yeah,
too much fun. Too much
I
fun.
know. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and keep plans for it and keep a eye out for what's going on. I'm going to buy my tickets today actually, so it's done. For today's the virtual one, obviously.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so it'll be a good time.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so obviously after that, you and I talked about let's watch the whole Rocky series over the weekend, over
Yes.
the week,
Yes, we
over
did.
the week. Well, it came up because we talked about the director's cut and how Sly took out the scene where Apollo is, you know,
Oh, I'm sorry.
taunting.
Hold on.
Oh, speak of the devil, there he is. Is
I'm
that his
sorry.
ringtone?
That's my ringtone. I
I
apologize.
thought I thought Sly was calling you. I thought it was his
No,
ringtone.
I know. Yo, Sly, what's up? Come on, man. We're talking
That's
about you.
funny. You know what's so
That was
funny
my
about that?
dad.
That my ringtone. I only have so many ringtones in there for people that I'll answer the phone for, and,
Right.
and like my daughter, her favorite song in the Rocky series for some reason or other, Sophia's is Redemption. So
Okay.
that's her ringtone. My younger one
Nice.
is Eye of the Tiger.
Yep.
Uh, my dad is gonna fly now though because he was the original. We saw the original
Oh yeah.
together. So
Oh
that's my
yeah.
dad. That's funny. You
Absolutely.
had the same ring. That's awesome.
You
That is
know,
so
and
awesome.
I gotta tell you, my alarm clock is Mick from Rocky Five. It
Oh,
says,
really?
"Get
Get
up,
up.
you son of a bitch, because
Is it? Oh,
Mickey
that's
loves
so
you."
great. That's great. Oh, that's great. Gina would kill me.
And I'm like, nothing makes your eyes fly open other than
Right?
Mick.
Yeah, I would
Get
rather
up,
have
you
that than
son of
that beep.
a.
So we were
Yeah.
talking though about how he took out the scene where he didn't have his glove on when he was taunting Drago.
Right.
So we were
Right.
saying, I wonder how much of the continuity issues there are in the film series. We don't
True.
want to talk bad about the film series that we
No.
think so much about, but
No.
there are mistakes. I mean, it's a fact of human nature, and
It's
especially the original had such a low budget and stuff like that. So when we were
mhm.
looking at them, Rick and I wrote down some notes of what we saw and what we caught, and then we also took to the internet and also to confirm some of our things and see if we missed some too. It was hard.
Sure.
It was harder than I thought it was going to be.
There
I'm watching the
wasn't
scene.
yeah, there
He's
wasn't
going.
as many. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry to interrupt. There
No, no,
wasn't
you're
as
fine.
many as the maybe not that I would expect or thought, because there's always stuff in movies. There's always
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're human. Nobody walks on water, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And so yeah, I watched them all again, including the director's cut. It was kind of tough. It was,
Yeah.
but I got to tell you this, and I'm sure you're probably right there with me. So I put on the movie, I put in my disc, and I'm starting to watch it, and I'm my mind is set. I'm like, I am going to be looking for bloopers, mistakes, errors,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
I get 15, 20 minutes of the movie, and I'm just like, I'm just
That
totally
was the
engrossed
hard
again.
that was the hard part for me because I was looking around the scene. So
Yeah.
the scene was like, safe sake argument, he goes into his apartment in the opening, in the beginning.
Yep.
And so I'm not watching him because obviously
Hmm.
he's not a mistake. He didn't do anything
Right.
wrong. Rocky's doing what he's doing. So I'm looking around Rocky. I'm looking in the background. I'm looking over here. But like you said, by the time we got to Apollo scene where he's
Yeah.
talking about, Mackley Green, I was just watching it. I'm like, damn it, I gotta rewind it. I'm going back.
I know. I get caught up in it, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing homework.
Right? So the things
F.
I came up with, which I'm sure most of them are the same as you, and they were in no particular order because I was just scratching them down on paper as I was going, and then I tried to rewrite it, but it was obviously very messy. Um, but the one mistake in the beginning of the film is when he goes to the pet shop. When he first goes to the pet shop and he wants to tell his joke. If you
Yes.
see Adrian, she's holding three little boxes of like fish food or pet food or something, and she's
Yes.
facing. And then she turns around to put them on the shelf, and you see Rocky's telling her the joke. And as she's putting them on the shelf, they're two little like rounded tube bottles that are more like they're round. They're round. They're not
Yeah.
square boxes, round
They're
tubes.
fish food.
So that was so. But it's like I mean, these are things that when okay, so she has the
It's
boxes, they say cut. Okay, Sly, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. And then she picks up what's there. And it might have been somebody moved the boxes. Who knows?
right. I did see something with that though, to take that a step further. And I'm talking, this is picky Annie. This
Exactly.
is
Well, that's the thing with me too. I was like, this is extremely nitpicking these
yeah,
issues.
extremely. So I saw this one clip where they showed Adrian was was like to the side of him. She was facing, let's just say east. You know,
Mhm.
he was talking to her, and then when they flashed to Rocky and then they flashed back, she was now facing a different direction.
The opposite
You
way.
know,
Yeah.
but okay. I mean, we're talking like
Yeah.
minuscule.
Oh no, think about. I mean, here's another one I wrote down when Rocky goes to see Paulie at the meat plant, and
Yes.
Paulie wraps up the steak for him, and then he
Oh
puts
yeah.
the tape on the he puts on the tape on the steak. And if you guys remember, Rocky holds up. I mean, Paulie holds up the steak, and he puts the tape this way, one little piece of tape.
Yep.
But then when he turns around and hands it to Rocky, there's a long piece of tape this way. It's not this way.
Yes.
But
Yes.
again, how nitpicking is this? Like, this
Oh
is
my god.
insanity.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, if
it's
somebody told me that was what was wrong with the movie, I would, come on.
yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
like, yeah. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the first
Well,
one
you
I found
probably.
very, very. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, the thing with the meat houses, did you see the one with Buckus? Did you think or pick up
When
on that?
Buckus was just gone, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes running up and there's the
Yeah.
newsman and he talks to Polly and all of a sudden Buckus is like nowhere to be found.
I mean, you see, with like something like that, I thought about it too. I'm like, where's Buckus? Where'd he go? But I guess maybe he could have tied him to the rail by the stairs where they were talking,
Right,
went in to
right,
do the fight scene, then come back out. I
right.
again, this is insane fan stuff. Like if I told
It's
this to Slice,
yeah.
Sly, what happened to Buckus? So he'd be like, "What is wrong with you? Just
Yeah,
watch the movie, man.
yeah,
Just
right, you know?
and trust me, this is
Absolutely.
not stuff. This is not stuff that I've watched over the years and been like, how could they do that? How could they do that? I will admit the finger pointing from Apollo in Rocky Four that drove me
Yeah.
nuts.
So, yeah,
But
I showed, so when we were watching that and I was telling Deb about it, I'm like, "Now you gotta watch because I saw this the very first time I saw Rocky 4, I saw this, and I
yeah, I
couldn't
did
believe it
too.
happened." I'm like, "Oh my god." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I said and I paused and I'm like, "See, see,
Yeah,
see." I'm like,
and how
"Well,
how
big
funny
friggin'
is it that
deal."
and he didn't even know. He remember when in the director's cut,
Yes.
making of, he was like, "How did that get through?" It's
Right.
crazy.
and then it still got through
Um,
on the director's cut.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Another scene I saw, which this one makes sense for being off. Um, there's a couple different scenes where the dartboard, I mean the darts in the door in his apartment
Yes.
are wrong. There's three,
Yes.
1 second, he turns around and there's one, and that's very
Right.
common with stuff, like especially with drinks. That's why you almost never see ice in drinks because the ice will
Okay.
melt the drink and melt down
Right.
and you won't see it. So they'll just put it, but then again, that might move up and down too. So they try to
Right.
make it as smooth as possible.
That was one of the few things that I picked up actually watching the movie and not reading about it, or
Mhm.
Googling it. That was
Right.
one thing I'm like, oh, he went in, there was 3 darts. He comes out, he
Yeah.
goes back in with 2 darts. Well, maybe one fell off. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
but
Right.
again, it's not like the end of the world.
No, exactly. The one thing I wouldn't consider a continuity mistake, but I would consider just something that was odd. And I caught this a while ago when I was watching it, but I never really thought anything of it. When he goes out for his initial run, when he can't make it to the top of the stairs and he's holding his
Yeah.
ribs with his cramp, the radio announcer, when he hits the alarm clock radio and he's drinking his eggs, the radio says it's 28 degrees outside. When he gets
Right.
outside, you don't see any breath when he's running, when he's jogging, when he's nothing. Now,
Right,
you
right,
and I
right.
have both. I know you have.
Oh, yeah.
I've both been in 28-degree weather.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way there's no breath coming out.
No, no. I was
So I
seeing my
guess it
breath out
was.
there today. It was
Yeah.
snowing today here, Tony.
No, it wasn't. Was it really?
It did. It snowed today. It hailed today. I mean, come
Oh
on,
my.
man. Give me a break. Send some of that
See,
sunshine up here, will you?
you need to call it a day. Come on down. Let's
Oh,
go.
it's
Come on.
exhausting. My fish
Come
are
on
frozen
down.
in my pond.
Exactly. Fish sickles. So let's see what else I got. Let's see what else. I don't have much from the original. Do you? You have more? You
No,
have more,
no.
Tony?
There was I mean, again, minuscule stuff like
Yeah.
when Creed was talking to um I want to call him Tony Burton, but
Oh, Duke.
uh to Duke, thank you. Something about like in 1 second he's got his hand up against the wall, and then they come back, and then he's in a completely different position. I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
He could have just went like this, put his arm
he could
down,
have,
you know?
I mean, is
That's
it
like in the
continuity?
beginning, in the very beginning fight with Spider Rico. You see the towel is draped over the second rope, and
Right,
then it's draped on there, and Rocky's walking towards it, and then when the trainer comes out to him, the towel's gone. But
right.
it's like, I mean, the towel could have fell. It could
It
have,
could have,
just
yeah.
fell off.
He could
It
have
just
the
could have fell off the rope.
trainer could have grabbed it. I mean, there's nothing blatant like
No.
the
There
Rocky
was a
4
couple of
one.
things that I've always noticed from when I saw the movie, not when I was in the theater. I was too young to really notice then, but later on when I was watching it more often. And there's a couple scenes. Now, one of them is where the 14th round, oddly enough,
Mhm.
where it looks like the film sped up and Apollo's like jabbing really, really quick, and it doesn't look natural. You could tell the
Okay.
film is sped up at that point.
Okay.
Um, the end of the fight, when he says they don't want to be no rematch, don't want one, their audio is out of sync in that
Yeah,
one.
nobody's
In that scene.
mouths are moving.
Yeah. And then the
Right.
funniest one I always thought was the end of the fight. Duke is right with Apollo. And then when they scan back and they
Yeah.
show the whole ring, Duke is jumping into the ring again.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
he was just in the ring, man. What happened?
Yeah.
But those, again, like you said, there's just I mean,
And the only other thing I can think of, and this is pretty well widely known, is when he's doing his victory uh I want to call like a victory dance when he finally makes it to the top of the steps.
uh
When he's going, that was
well, it is victory
actually,
dance, really. Yeah.
yeah, that was actually put in the movie backwards. So when they put it in the movie, he was doing it one way, and they played it backwards. They rewound, or they played it in
Oh, really?
reverse. Yeah,
Okay.
I read that. I did read that they put it in reverse. It looked better. I don't know, what that was about,
Yeah.
but
Okay. I didn't
yeah.
know that. I never read that. Okay.
Oh no, yeah. check that
No.
out. I know I read it that they
But I mean,
actually.
that was all I saw in the original. I didn't see him. I mean, I guess another scene too. Speaking of the steps, the first run on the steps, you could tell when he's entering the bottom of the steps to when he's at the top of the steps. It's light and then it's dark and then it's light.
Yeah,
It looked like they
yeah,
obviously filmed it at different sun times, and when he first got
right,
there, it was still dark out. Get to the top, it was sunnier, and then when we went back down, it was dark again. But
right.
again, they had such little time, they had such little budget. If you and I are coming up with a dozen continuity issues for
That are
Best Picture of
minuscule.
1976, I'm sure anybody could live with that. It's crazy,
Well, yeah.
minuscule. You're right.
Can you think of
Was that?
making a movie in today's day and age on their budget? Running, having to stay away from what are they called now? Oh,
Or
jeez.
CGI, you mean, or
No, not the
blockbuster, or
CGI, but I don't want to say the mafia, but like the unions. They had to
oh, I
film
see. Yeah,
so that
yeah,
the unions didn't know, so they didn't have to pay prevailing wage and all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They're trying to do these all off at odd times and stuff like that.
Well, sure, they were. I remember watching a behind the scenes or making of, I forget what it was, and they were talking about pulling up in the van. Everybody jumped out with their cameras and their lighting and their whatever, and did the scene, jumped back in the van, and left.
Get the
It
hell out
was
of
it
there. Yeah,
was they had to. They
yeah.
absolutely had to. It's all the New York union guys were not there. Nobody was the Philly union. No, wasn't union. I mean, and it was kind of like you weren't really supposed to do that. So they didn't have
No.
the budget for it. They
And
couldn't pay those union guys.
can you imagine the wages that they would have either had to pay like the unions and then the other ones who were on the sidelines, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
The Tony Gazzas,
Yeah, the Tony
Tony
Gazzas of the
Gazzos.
world. Yeah. Hey, you gotta grease my palm.
Oh my god.
So what it was like $1 million budget and they made the film in like 28 days.
Yeah,
I
and I
mean,
think the million I think it wound up even being like 875 or some nonsense or
you
whatever it
know,
was. I don't.
can and then and just to think about that for a second, for the enormity that this movie is, this whole Rocky universe is, for it to be just that, you know, and we're still talking about it 40 plus years later.
48 years later. I mean, and it grossed back then, it grossed 225 million. I mean, you put that in
God.
today's dollars,
Oh,
that's $2 billion probably. I mean, I don't know.
oh yeah.
But $1 million budget and you made 225 million, 226 million, whatever it is. I think it's 225. Um, it's just
Yeah.
the amount
And
of
they
profit was ridiculous.
and they
No
didn't
wonder why they
have
made
the
it too.
and they yeah, and they didn't have like the merchandise and all that stuff that you could, license and sell back then, that
Well, that and
that we have
also the
now.
majority of them. I mean, Talia Shire was already an established actress, which, by the way, happy birthday, Miss Shire. I forgot today's her
Yes.
birthday.
Yes. Yes.
Miss
Absolutely
Adrian,
happy
who's
birthday.
definitely was a massive part of the film series. Enjoy your birthday. But she was an established actress. Obviously, she already came from Godfather and Godfather 2.
Right.
Uh, and Burt Young had already done some things. Obviously, we know Sly's history.
Hmm.
I mean, outside of Burgess Meredith had some history already, but these guys weren't, again, why they wanted to buy the script. They weren't marquee names. So they were
Right.
concerned about making their million back, never mind,
Right.
225 of it. So
Sure.
the continuity errors, like you said, which are so minuscule,
Yeah.
everybody can live with it.
You got to
They
sit
can
down
live
and
with it.
you really got to think about these, or
Yeah.
you got to be one of those kind of people who are just nitpicky, like, oh, well, where's the dog?
See, if it's
Who cares?
blatant, like you said, like I didn't even think about Where's the Dog when I was watching it originally.
No.
But then when I started digging into it, and like you said,
Yeah.
picking apart the scene, I found, I thought of that too. But I mean, if the stuff's blatant, like when it got to Rocky 2, I definitely watched it more detailed than I did Rocky. I was
Okay.
Rocky, I kind of drifted off, came back, drifted off, came back.
Yeah.
But Rocky 2, I said, okay, I'm really going to focus and pay attention. And I did.
I
And
tried like hell.
Rocky 2 was, the same thing. I mean, they had the towel over Apollo's neck when he's marching out to the fight, and his
Yes, yes,
robe
yes.
was tight on, and then when
Right,
it's messy, and then it's tight on again.
right,
Again, but which that's a little more blatant where you could see it.
right.
But I mean, again, is it something that really made you go, "What the hell was that?" There wasn't anything like that in my eyes.
Without being told, you know, I never knew of that. And without being told, you know, you told it to me. That's the first time I ever heard it. And we
Mm,
talked about it a week ago or so, you know.
mm,
And so when I was watching Rocky 2, I was looking for it. Other than
mm.
that, it would have went,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly. Well,
I'm watching the movie.
that's like the engagement scene when they're in the zoo. You see Rocky's hat has snow on it, his shoulders has snow on it, then it doesn't, and then it had snow
Right,
on it, and then it's less snow, and then it's more snow. You're not really looking at that. You're looking at them. You're
right.
listening to what they're saying. You're not really paying attention. But again, if you're looking for it, yeah, you'll
Yeah.
find it.
The only thing I did notice that always, and this was something that caught me from the first time I ever saw it or whatever. And then it was like he had, an abundance of snow on his hat. And then I
Mm.
looked at Adrian, you would think with that much snow,
She'd have it.
there would be snow on her hat or her coat. And there was
Right,
none. I'm
right.
like, yeah, but it's not like, oh, I'm not going to watch the movie because of that.
Exactly,
It is what it
exactly.
is.
Well, that's what I mean. Some of them, like we talked about with Rocky, with the darts in the door. You know, I mean, first of all, you shouldn't be looking at the door for darts and how many are there
No,
when you're
no.
watching the movie. We did because we said let's check it out and see how many we could find.
Right,
But
right.
when I was watching it, I mean, like you said, when I was watching this film, uh, even with Rocky 2, the only thing that ever caught my eye was the robe with Apollo going into the fight.
Hmm.
All the other stuff that I saw again or I researched online, I never saw. I didn't
Yeah.
pay attention to it. I didn't care. Like they had the one where um oh my god, I forget the trainer's name, but he has the Q-tips that he puts in his mouth
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and Mickey's next to him and he has two in his mouth and then they pan back to Rocky, then they pan back to them and then he's got one in his mouth.
Okay.
It's like I'm barely looking at the guy. He's a not even a secondary character.
Right,
So I wouldn't
right.
be watching that.
And it's funny because I couldn't even tell you what his name is. Not the actor's name or the
Yeah, I
person.
couldn't think. I mean, I'm sure if I really, really, Mike, I definitely don't know the actor's name. That no doubt I don't know the actor's name. Let me see if I can see what his name was in the movie. See, he's here. He's listed
Yeah,
as Rocky's trainer.
yeah.
That's
I
it.
mean, I remember watching him because Mick introduced him. He was like, "This is our cut man or whatever," and you know, I don't
Oh,
remember.
is it Al Savani?
Al Savani, yes, there you
Al
go.
Savani, right?
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
I wrote in Cutman. I didn't get to it yet. Hold on. Al Savani. See now, Al Savani. Oh, Al Savani's his real name.
Oh,
Okay, I didn't know that. So Al Savani's his real name. He died in 1996,
so let me ask
and
you,
he
do
was
you?
in
I mean, I don't know if you
he
know
was
this or
in
not, but
what's that?
was he a real cut man like Stitch
I
Duran?
don't know. That's what I'm
Or
trying to find out right now. He was in Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 3. He died in
right?
96. I'm trying to
Because
find
like
out.
Stitch is a real cut man. He's
Right.
very, very prominent within the
He
boxing
was born
world.
in 1910 in New York. Let's see here. Yeah, he did. He was a real cut man. He was inducted
Okay,
into the World Boxing Hall of Fame.
no kidding.
Yeah,
So I'll have to.
2006.
What does it say? Which boxing Hall of Fame? Which one?
It says World Boxing Hall of Fame, and in 2006 he was inducted into the California Boxing Hall of Fame,
Okay,
and he was
I
a
was gonna say I'm gonna be
close personal friend of Frank Sinatra.
okay. I'm gonna say I was gonna be there uh next month. So I was
Yeah, I mean
gonna.
you could take a look, but he trained over 20 world champions, including Jake LaMotta,
No
Carmen
kidding.
Basile,
Oh,
Rocky Graziano.
Carmen Basile is
Yeah,
from my area over here. As a matter
is
of
he?
fact, from Canastota, where the Boxing Hall of Fame is here, and he's got a big like a plaque out front of his house in
Yeah,
Canastota.
Buster Mathis, Tom
Okay.
Boggs,
Okay.
Floyd Patterson,
Oh wow.
and he also trained Robert De Niro for Raging Bull.
No kidding.
Yeah. So see, sometimes our detours. Look what happens when
We
we take
learned
them.
something today, Tone.
See that? I had no idea. I
No.
was hearing Mickey say to Rocky, "This is Al Savani," and but then I thought that was his character's name. I didn't think it was his real name.
I'll have to look for him in the boxing hall when I go there next month.
Yeah,
See if I can see
definitely.
a plaque. I mean, that would be pretty cool, because I was going to take a picture
Oh
of
God,
Rock
yeah.
because Stallone's got a plaque in there. I was
Well,
going to take a
why
picture
don't
of
you
that.
do this? I mean, I don't want to take away from your time there and tell you what to do when you're there,
No,
but definitely
no.
take some pictures of Stallone's plaque and anybody's
Yes.
plaque that has to do with the Rocky universe, and we'll do a whole show on the
Yeah.
boxing Hall of Fame up there.
I think they
I mean, that
might
would be
even have
fun.
I'm pretty sure that they might even have a fist cast of
Oh,
Stallone.
really? That's awesome.
They may. I know that there's
Right.
a plaque because I've seen it. I've
Well,
touched it.
like I said, take some pictures. We could
I
chat about it
will.
after you come back, and we'll do a whole show on there, and
Yeah.
that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
So
I didn't know any of that about him. That's great.
it's crazy. Yeah.
I'm telling you, and all because he had two Q-tips in his mouth
Yeah.
and then one. Now we know about the man.
Now we know the guy's name.
That's crazy. The other thing I noticed too was Paulie when he went to the doc to sell Paulie his Trans Am. Paulie's
Yep.
snow cone kept changing size.
That's
Yeah, kept changing
funny.
size. The other thing too, when he bought the car, when Paulie buys the car, the door
Yeah.
gets opened twice. Like he opens the door, and then Paulie comes up and he opens the door again. So it's like
Oh, no
the
kidding.
door wasn't left open.
Missed that. Wow. But then again, like we
Yeah, like I
said,
said, this is
we just get so involved just watching the movie. You forget what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm like,
right.
ah.
Right, exactly. I mean, these are things that, like I wrote down, uh, when Mickey comes to Rocky's home to convince Rocky to fight again.
Yeah.
And remember, Adrian's on the stairs.
Yeah.
Well, when he comes through the door is open. And then when they show Adrian, they go back to Rocky and Mickey, and the door's closed. It's like, but
Okay.
again, like you said with Buckus,
Yeah.
maybe when they were showing Adrian, they shut the door.
Yeah. The biggest thing I got from that scene, which is kind of off center a little bit, was being a Jets fan that I am. I remember
A what fan?
hearing a New York Jets fan.
Oh, Jets fan. One of the few things we don't have in common.
Yeah, well, you're same stadium, buddy.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
We share a stadium.
That's true.
They were talking about what's Marv Albert, is that his name? The announcer who was on TV. Was that his name?
No, it wasn't Marv Albert. It was Brett Musburger.
Brent Musburger, thank you.
Yeah,
And he's like, and the return of Richard Todd, you can hear just a little
Richard
bit in the
Todd. I
background.
remember him.
Yeah, the return of Richard Todd and a failing time. The Jets lost. Big news.
Richard Todd. I remember that.
Yeah,
And you
I'm like,
remember
oh,
what's that?
I was kind of excited because I'm like, oh, they said the Jets with the Rocky. You know?
What do you
Just a
remember?
little
Do
thing
you
that
remember
make me happy.
do you remember the football game that he was saying happened on when the TV was on?
It was the Rams.
Yep.
The Rams and the 49ers?
It's the Rams and the Buccaneers.
The Rams and the Buccaneers.
Yeah. And the funny part about that is that the game he was talking about, if you look at the timeline of Rocky and Rocky 2,
Okay.
Rocky 2 happened right after Rocky. I mean, boom.
Right.
There was no skipping a beat. So by the
Sure.
time that came around, it was still 1977, 76? No, 77. But that football game didn't happen in 78.
Oh,
So,
no kidding.
yeah, so didn't
There's
even
one
exist.
right there. That's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big one. Now that's doing some serious homework, Tony.
That goes to show you how incredibly there is nothing to watch on TV.
Yeah. Might have to
That's,
take a nap after that one.
I'm telling you. I have Netflix, I have Amazon Prime, I have Amazon Fire Stick. I got everything. Like Bruce Springsteen said, 57 channels and nothing on. I have like 5,700 channels and nothing on.
Yeah.
So
I
nothing to ever
I got
watch.
so sick of it. We shut off cable years ago.
Oh
We
yeah,
got
we don't have that anymore.
we got a digital antenna, and we got we
Yep.
got the Fire Stick, and you go and you pay the cable, and you're paying X amount of dollars for watching the same thing on
Yep.
a bazillion channel. I Love Lucy on every other channel, whatever.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. Yep. No, I
like
know. I know.
we don't watch enough TV to make to even make it worthwhile. Like I said, if we're like at a complete loss, what's going in
Yeah.
Balboa.
I have to I wear out my welcome sometimes because like when there's nothing to watch and I'll sit there like, oh, there gotta be something. There's gotta be something. And after like 20 minutes of surfing around and find something, I'll be like, all right, which Rocky you want to watch? And sometimes I wear out the welcome. Sometimes,
Yeah,
you know, I got to consider about locking Mrs. Stallion in the closet so I could watch a film.
yeah,
She'd be like, come on, really? We just watched them last night.
yeah. I try
That's the
to
tough part.
I try to find the chick flicks, you know, just to give Deb a break,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I
and,
get it.
and she's like, well, all the movies are made for guys. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I'm not in charge. I'm just pushing the buttons, you know. I'm just trying
So
to find you something.
did you find anything else from Rocky 2? I don't have much more after that. I have oh, when he was carrying Adrian home after the wedding,
Okay.
the cap and veil are different from when he walks in the door outside to when he walks in the apartment.
Oh, I
It's a
completely missed that.
completely different cap and gown, a cap and
Missed
veil.
it. Missed that. I'll have to
Because you
look for
wouldn't,
that.
you know how many times I saw that movie? I never saw it until last week,
No
until we
kidding.
started doing this.
Yeah. No, I can flew right by me. I mean, other than the thing that we talked about before was with, you know, um, obviously they shot the alternate ending with Rocky
Mhm.
holding Adrian,
Right,
and we talked about that. Where
yeah,
is that footage? Where is that? Because, obviously she had contractual obligations to another movie or something. So they reshot after the movie was over with her and Paulie in the house. But
right.
what happened to the original footage?
I know, and I've always wondered that too. Like, why didn't they use it? I mean, obviously they weren't thrilled with the way it went. It didn't float or whatever. I get it, but why not release it on like the new Steel book that
Mhm,
came out that is only by Best Buy, and it
mhm.
has the Rocky 2, 3, 4, and that's it. No Balboa, no
Okay,
5, just the four of them. And on there, there's commentary, there's behind the scenes, there's yada yada yada. They're like
okay.
29.99. They come in the metal Blu-ray box.
Send me that because I don't know of that.
Oh, really? Oh, I'll send you the link. Yeah, they
Yeah,
came out.
please.
They released them in January, February, March, like one per month.
Oh my
And
God,
now
please do.
yeah. And I'm hoping the others come out. I would assume they would, but
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, but you think they would release it on there? Look at the alternate ending. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's no video. Maybe the video got destroyed, like the film for Rocky. The
Right,
fire that took
right.
most of Rocky, because obviously, as you know, seeing the behind the scenes pictures of Rocky and Adrian walking out of the arena with the
Yeah,
paper and stuff all on the floor, and they're holding hands leaving.
right,
That that
right.
was an alternate scene as well, or was it just promotional shots?
Photo shoot. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it was that because she had her hat back on.
Right,
So
right, right.
she lost her hat. Remember, that's the Rocky was he was very concerned. Where's your hat?
Yeah,
First
yeah.
thing he
You
said
just
to her,
got your ass beat and you're worried about her hat.
"Where's your hat?" I honestly didn't think he said that. I'm like, did he just say, "Where's your hat?" Like, there's no way
Right,
he
I'm
said.
like and I'm thinking Adrian should probably say, Where's your eye?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's your brain damage? I don't see
Yeah,
any.
I don't see any.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that's, for Rocky 2, that's all I can really, you know, that's really puzzling, and I would love to be able to see, and I know it's been said a million times, and we've all discussed it, and we've all said it, and it's been said on other formats as well. But it's like, if whoever it was going to be, Paramount, Universal, whoever, was to put in a DVD of all the deleted scenes, whatever, just whatever, that would fly off the shelves like crazy.
Oh, I know. I know.
You know, I'd be
But
right
I'm
there,
sure
like
it has a
boom, 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 boom.
yeah, I'm sure it
I'd
has a
sell a
lot to do, like
kidney.
you just said. Yeah, who owns it? Who's this? Who has to give the okay? We all
Yeah,
know about Sly's fight of owning the rights to it. So who knows, man? I don't know. You
but
like you said, you would think the bottom line is everybody would make money on it. So why wouldn't they
right,
want to do it?
right. I mean, my God, like I just said, I'd give a freaking kidney to see this. You know, the deleted scenes.
With some
second
serious
they put.
fans.
I tell me you wouldn't put a second mortgage on the house to to own that
I
side.
I've always wanted to see the Rocky 2 when Adrian's there. I'm like, why, why? Why didn't you use it? It's so funny.
Yeah,
The
the
other things I
behind the
found in Rocky
scenes.
2, I did not see myself. Uh, I told you I hit up the internet for some stuff because I was writing
Yeah,
things down and I kind of went to the cheating route. It says here that when Mickey is watching Apollo Creed on TV, telling him that he wants to fight him, he has one sock on. When he stands up and jumps up out of bed and throws the thing, he has both socks on.
oh, gee. Didn't see that.
Yeah,
I,
same here. I didn't see it either.
I was kind of,
And when Rocky knocks,
distracted by his toes taped together. I'm like, what the hell's that?
I know.
Who tapes your toes together?
When Rocky knocks Apollo down in the last round, Apollo lands on his back. In the very next shot, Apollo's on this front, reaching for the ropes. But again, he could have rolled over, and tried to
Yep.
get up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's oh, they said here that there's a factual error because the movie takes place in 76, 77, and the Trans Am that Rocky's driving is a 78 model.
That was released later.
Um, yeah. Well, yeah, it would have been. So yeah,
But what a gorgeous car. What a
there's really
gorgeous
not
car.
much else to that on online anyway that I saw. That's there. The snow we talked about.
Yeah.
Well, here's one. It says in the first round of the fight, Apollo knocks Rocky down. And when Rocky falls, he lands in the neutral yellow corner. But when he gets up, he's standing in his own black corner. So I didn't notice that either, but I could,
Wow.
see what he's talking
Wow.
about. But like you said, we went into this looking for mistakes.
Right.
And between two movies, we found 20, let's just say, sake argument. I don't know. I
Okay.
didn't count them. I mean, seriously? 20 mistakes in two films that are 2 hours each. It's all right.
And they're so yeah, and they're so minuscule that it takes like a search engine to find these things.
Right. And the biggest thing, like you
Yeah.
said, it doesn't distract from the story. It doesn't distract from you watching it. It's not like
No.
it's something that's so in your face. You're like, oh my God, how did they not see this? It's just,
Right.
we've watched the movie and even knew about it.
Sure.
So that's that.
Well, what was
We'll
that
have
one
to,
movie?
what's that?
What was that one movie where they and like something with the gladiators where the one actor's wearing this was like a chariot race or whatever they were doing, and he's got on a Rolex. Yeah, you know, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't yeah. Okay, boom, blatant. None of this stuff is
Forgot to
blatant.
take off his watch. But
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
And if he's riding the whole race like this with the Rolex on, you're like, come on, man, how
yeah,
could you not see that? But yeah,
yeah.
this stuff did
Kirk
not take
Douglas. It
away
was
from the
Kirk
film at
Douglas,
all.
I
It was the same.
believe.
Oh,
I
and
think it was
Spartacus.
Yes, yes,
And when he
thank
would
you.
play Spartacus with the chariot races. Yeah,
Yes, and he's got the
that was a while
Rolex
ago.
on. Yeah, that was an older movie, yes, but still, it's like now that's you know, you if you see it, you'll pick
Well,
that
like I
out. Just
said,
like
if that's
Apollo's
all we
missing
caught,
glove.
that right, that's
Yeah,
it. If that's all we caught, I could live with that. So
right.
speaking of some movies, we might have to do this again. We'll do maybe three and I don't know if I have the time to do 3 and 4, but we'll try. Might
Yeah.
have to cheat and just go online.
Yeah. Well, we've watched them and it's tough. It is,
It
it's
is.
very
It is
tough to
tough.
find this stuff. Whether it's
So I mentioned
they're just at
before. I
a
mentioned before I'm wearing my Rocky Run shirt, but I see you have a chicken with boxing gloves, a rooster. What you got going on there?
yeah, it is the newest addition to my collection I come up with. I don't know if you
Let me
can
see.
see this or not.
I feel like a Kentucky Fried Idiot. Yeah. Oh, an Italian stallion on the shirt. Look
Yep.
at that. He's got a headband.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Boxing
That's
shorts,
awesome.
got some boxing gloves, Italian
Oh, we
stallion
need we
on
need
there.
to we need to put yeah. Everybody needs to get on there. Make Rick a rich man.
Yeah.
Order one for everybody you know.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. That came out great. That looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I again, I enjoy doing it. It's fun when I have the time to
Right.
do it. And I'm going to be doing when I have I was thinking about I want to do the JM tropical fish.
Okay.
Um and I definitely in the works is the Lucky 7 Tavern.
Yeah, I sent you the
Yes.
picture.
Yes.
Was that one okay? You can make it bigger and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yes, it's
Awesome.
definitely going to be hopefully within the
It
next
took a
week or
while to
two.
find that damn thing, I'll tell you that.
It's tough. It's very tough. And then
All it kept
you
ever
end up,
showing me was pictures of the film and the building, but I
right.
couldn't get, like, a logo that you could use for the shirt. But, yeah, that Lucky 7 Tavern, that would be awesome. That's what I
I
like about the shirts you make. They're not I mean, they are regular Rocky shirts
yes.
sometimes, but a lot of the times they could be something that like Rocky Land knows, but somebody else looking at that shirt might go, "Kentucky Fried Idiot. What's he talking about? They don't
What
even
the
know
hell
what
are
it
you talking
means."
about? Yeah. Like
Or
if
the
you
pet
don't
shop,
know, don't
or the
yeah, if
pet
you don't
shop.
know, don't ask.
Yeah, who's the pet shop? Is that somebody? Your
Yeah,
daughter own it? Who is that?
it's 3
That's
miles down the
great.
road.
Yeah,
3 miles down the road.
that's right.
Take a left by the big barn, you'll see it.
They're little Sun Rocky fan shirts. That's what's awesome about it.
Yes. It's all the subtleties and the stuff that you can bring into it that when, you know, now that you're looking for excuse me, looking for attention or whatever, but when you wear something like this and someone you might be at the mall or wherever and you're like, "Hey,"
Yeah.
then you've run into another Rocky person and then you got something to talk about. you know?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, hit me up if you want
So
one.
cool.
Let me know.
All right, brother. Well, let's what what's that?
Nothing. I'm good. My
Oh,
brain is
I think we're buffering.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I think we're buffering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll call it a show since we're buffering. We don't want to make anybody angry, but yeah, we'll definitely get some more of those shirts out there for people. Hit up Brick when you see the outro here. You'll see makes amazing products. So
Well,
thank
thank you,
everybody for
Tony.
watching. Thank you,
Yes.
my co-host there. I appreciate you, and we'll see everybody next week.